Hello. Thank you for joining the webinar today, Discover Untapped Revenue. I'm your host, Angela Henice, Account Executive here at Visualutions. In this brief webinar, we're going to introduce a brand new service, retroactive. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy. Discover Untapped Revenue. Today, we are going to look at the problem for FQHCs. We're going to look at the solution for untapped revenue. We're going to review the service, retroactive, and we're going to look at the outcome and next steps. So here's a scenario that's very familiar to all of our FQHCs here today. A patient receives services today and has no insurance and no ability to pay. Several weeks later, this same patient will go and apply for Medicaid, and perhaps several months after that, receives retroactive Medicaid coverage. The problem is there's no alert to our organization that this patient has received retroactive Medicaid. There could be hundreds, perhaps even thousands of visits sitting in your system today with retroactive Medicaid coverage that have not reached a timely filing threshold. And that's a very bad problem for our FQHCs. These visits will expire for timely filing at a loss of revenue to you. So here are a few questions to ponder. What is your organization doing today to capture patient visits and information after the visit for retroactive Medicaid coverage? Even more importantly, in these times, do you even have the staff power to track every self-pay or sliding fee visit daily for the entire timely filing life? If you answer no to either one of these questions or to both, the next question is to ask, how valuable would it be for your organization to have guaranteed reimbursement 100% risk-free? Now there is a solution to the problem. Visualutions now offers retroactive, a service that checks for retroactive eligibility the entire timely filing lifespan of every visit, self-pay, and slide fee. That is 365 days per visit of monitoring for Medicaid. That essentially could be 5,000 visits monitored today, monitored tomorrow, and until either eligibility is identified or the visit passes 365 days. That essentially could equal about 150,000 eligibility checks. Our goal with this service, and why are we offering it to our FQHCs? Never miss a single opportunity for reimbursement for the entire timely filing life of a visit, otherwise self-pay and sliding fee. Also, every visit will be scrubbed daily for 365 days, so all patients listed as self and slide at the end of that 365-day reporting period are 100% not covered by Medicaid. So now, let's talk about the service that Visualutions is offering. The implementation is very simple. It requires no access, no software, and most importantly today, no upfront cost. But I would think that this is the most important for our FQHC environment. There's absolutely no heavy lifting by your organization. The service is all report-based. So with a 1-hour investment with our business intelligence team and your organization, your data report will then be created. After that report, within 24 to 48 hours, your organization is going to receive your very first report on our portal. This report is going to have all the details and visits with all of the information you need to file to receive reimbursement. Again, this service is risk-free. It's 100% contingency-based, and we don't exaggerate in performance because the service is 100% based on a percent. And we only get paid when you get paid. So you may be asking, the service seems very enticing and I'm interested, but what would the outcome look like using this service? Well, let's take a look. This customer is in New Hampshire. This customer has found over 1,000 visits and recovered over $85,000. This customer in the state of North Carolina has found over 22,000 visits, formerly documented as sliding fee and self-pay, and has recovered over $580,000. Our next example is a customer in the state of Maryland. They have found over 14,000 visits, formerly documented as sliding fee and self-pay, and have recovered over $1.1 million. And finally, our last example is a customer in the state of Illinois. This customer and their state have a very complex methodology of documenting and finding Medicaid. This customer has found over 21,000 visits using retroactive services and has recovered almost $1.8 million. Formerly, that $1.8 million was lost and unrecovered and untapped revenue. If you'll notice below, recovered by month and year, you will see how this particular customer each month has successfully found visits that were eligible for retroactive Medicaid coverage, $1.8 million worth. Does your organization need this service to help you discover your untapped revenue? Again, I can't emphasize enough that this is 100% risk-free to you. It is a contingency-based service. There are no long-term contracts. So you may wonder, how do you get started? Contact us today, sales@visualutions.com. Thank you for joining our brief webinar today. Don't forget to reach out to us at sales@visualutions.com. We will be excited to talk to you about our new service, retroactive. Thank you and stay healthy.